A federal program is offering loans to small businesses impacted by the collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge. Meanwhile, crews are facing daunting challenges in reopening the shipping channel. But the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers believes a new channel to allow bigger ships will be opened by the end of the month. Kris Van Cleave is in Baltimore with the latest.
A couple inches beyond my fingertips.
This is our first look at the murky conditions facing divers working to clear the wreckage of the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
That view looks like being in the middle of a snowstorm with high beams on. That's the complication that our divers are navigating right now.
The twisted, mangled mess of steel and concrete is blocking the shipping channel, largely cutting off the Port of Baltimore, which handled nearly $81 billion of international cargo last year.
Most of that is moved by small, independent truckers that are now out of business. They're desperate, and we want to make sure they get all the help that they need.
We would normally see people in and out, picking and packing and loading up trucks.
For Miranda Summer, a quiet warehouse is bad for the bottom line. Almost immediately, the bridge collapse hit her Baltimore trailer and storage business.
Nobody needs storage when they don't have product to store in it.
How worried are you about your business surviving?
We're hoping to adjust and make the changes, but it's the unknown right now.
Summer says she's started the application process for a low-interest loan from the Small Business Administration. Already, more than 500 businesses from 5 states and Washington, D.C. have sought SBA aid of up to $2 million.
The local impact can be devastating for some of the small businesses.
SBA Administrator Isabel Guzman.
We're trying to be as responsive as quickly as possible. Of our disaster loans, the economic injury process can take up to a couple of weeks.
Why can't those loans get out the door faster?
We got to work with the business to assess the true impact that we've had. Our first approval already. It can be a streamlined process as well.
Kris Van Cleave joins me now. Kris, it's always good to see you. I want to start off with how much can the federal government pay for all of this?
Well, that's a complicated question because we don't know the costs here. We don't know how much the cleanup is going to cost. We don't know how much the bridge recovery rebuilding effort will cost. And, we don't know how long the port will be closed. So gauging the economic impact here is challenging. In the short term, the Small Business Administrator told us her agency has sufficient money to meet the demand for the temporary loans, the up to $2 million loans, the low interest loans that they're handing out to businesses in need. But big picture, how it's going to be paid for, how much it's going to cost, those are really unanswerable questions here. We do know that the Maryland delegation is going to meet with the Biden administration next week in Washington to discuss freeing up some money to start the rebuilding effort and what that may look like, how much the government may be able to pay for. There's also, going to be some push from Republicans to ensure that whatever money is recovered from insurance or the shipping company, that gets repaid to taxpayers. But a dollar figure at this point it was anyone's guess. It probably will start with a B, though.
Meanwhile, Kris, President Biden is visiting Friday. What's expected to come out of this visit?
Well, this is really an opportunity for the president to see the damage up close and also the recovery effort up close and to be in the same room with the stakeholders. So it's an opportunity for the president to hear what the needs may be and to get a sense for the scope of the effort, sort of a boots on the ground approach. It also will likely give him an opportunity to talk with groups like the longshoremen, the people that are profoundly impacted, whose jobs are in limbo. But we understand that he'll be here for a portion of the day, and we'll be surveying the scene behind us here in the effort to clear some of this wreckage.
All right, Kris Van Cleave, thank you.
Sure thing.